everybody, it's Matthew Lee with the Tao of Kung Fu. I'm out here on Stinson Beach today and I'm in the mood for doing some videos. So, on the sand is one of the perfect places to practice monkey rolls. And I love monkey rolls, partially because once you can do them really fluidly, they're not just fun, but they're great body conditioning to toughen up and just feel your athleticism. So they're very fun to do in the middle of forms or in the middle of sparring. They're great for tackling people, like for single leg and double leg takedowns, and then also for getting away from some specific moves as well. Most though, I just love the conditioning aspect of them and how they build your athleticism. So I'm going to do some demonstration of some monkey rolls, and then we'll talk through how to do them, and we'll put it all together. So, I don't know how wet the sand is, but one of the things is that when I roll, I'm only crisscrossing the spine at one specific spot. So instead of rolling all the way down the spine like you would in a tumbling or gymnastics class, we're going from, in this case, the right shoulder over to the left hip. So I'm really quickly crossing the spine, so if I'm on a really hard surface, I'm hopefully not doing a lot of damage to the pointy vertebrae and doing any injury to myself. So the other thing is making sure when I first initially land, I want to be very rounded, so no sharp angles, and not hitting on top of the shoulder, but over on the back, on the scapula, the shoulder blade. That's the most important aspect of this. Then, the next highest priority is not flattening out and pancaking your hips onto the ground like a bad dive into the water where you slap your back onto the water. You want to stay rolled and stay tucked, and then at the end, you use that momentum to bring yourself back up. So you don't want to, unless you're trying to stay on the ground. So really slow, I'm going to show the roll and then the balance through the whole thing and then coming back up. One full speed. So once you're able to do these, I always tell people try them out slow, and even the beach can be really hard. You might want to get into grass where you're not going to get sand in your eyes. If you have a gymnastics school to play in where you've got the foam floors or the springboards or the padding, you can real easily practice stuff like this, but you eventually want to get into harder and harder surfaces because that's what gives you the conditioning. Then you want to also always try the left side. You can also start to work on them backwards. It's almost the exact same thing rolling back, but that's a lot more tricky and a lot more challenging. And then the other thing I want to work on and introduce is the ranges of these, because you can go the medium one, which I've been doing, which is just reaching out and pointed arms, or a short one, or a long one. So let's look at those. Let's make a new spot. Like if I start, this is my start. Toe on the line, this is going to be medium. So that's the end line for the medium roll. And this distance is going to be anywhere between a body length and a half of mine, how tall I am, and then half again maybe as well. So then let's look at shorts. not quite as tall as I am. Then let's try one long one. My favorite thing about being out here at the beach is I can set a start point and then I can try to break my record for the long one and the short one every time. That's a pretty good one. Check it out. Monkey roll. So best of luck with your training of the monkey roll. They're a lot of fun when you start incorporating them in your body movement, how you can move around all the time and use your athleticism, whether you're practicing forearms or just free flowing and maybe even in sparring. That's the challenging part. We'll do videos on that later. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like this video, and share it with your friends. As always, thanks for watching.